Hey guys, so I'm back from vacation. That's where I was and why I didn't post a video for a little while. I announced it on my fashion channel that I was leaving, but not on here. I apologize. So today I'm going to be talking about a Japanese psychological thriller called Audition. It came out in 2009. I would definitely say it's more of a psychological thriller than a horror. It had horror aspects, definitely. There were some really creepy parts and torture in it. So with that, I would say there's some horror aspects. So I think it's appropriate that I review it. It is based on a novel. And let me tell you a little bit about the plot. So basically, there is a widower, and he, in the beginning of the movie, he loses his wife, and he's encouraged by his teenage son to start dating again. He's like, you need to get remarried. So his friend and movie producer sets up an audition for him for a movie part, but also for the role of his wife. And I really loved the compilation of all the women that they interviewed. It felt kind of American to me, like an American movie. Sorry about that. I didn't take it off. I just filmed my a beauty video, so don't mind my little eyeliner swatch there. Anyway, I felt like the compilation they did of all the women felt like an American movie to me, but I really enjoyed that. So the main character is enchanted by this girl named Asami, sorry. And his friend is like, you know, I don't trust her. I don't know, she's kind of weird. He has a bad feeling about her, and so he like contacts the people on her resume and they don't exist, or they're like gone. I don't know, they just won't, they're not lining up. So he's like, you know, I would just not call her, just stay away from her, and he's just like so entranced by this girl because of her emotional depth. But then things get weird. This movie took a really long time to get started. I was like halfway through and I wasn't necessarily bored. It was definitely setting up the plot, and you get the feel of the plot because it took so long. But in the same sense, I was like waiting for something good to happen, even though I knew it wasn't a horror. It was like, okay, psychological thriller, this feels like a drama, let's go with the thriller part. Like, I was getting kind of impatient. About halfway through something does happen, but it's like a second, and then it takes another like 20 minutes. It's just like, it takes a while. It is a slow beginning, so it takes a while to build up the plot. I really like the acting in all of this. It was really good, and the torture scene actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty tolerable, although it was pretty disturbing, like some of the things that, well, I guess I'll just announce that I'll do spoilers now. I'm just gonna do spoilers right now. But overall, I really like the movie. There you go. So now you can go like watch the trailer, do all that if you don't want to hear the spoilers. Anyway, so in the end, she ends up being kind of like a maniac. She's kind of crazy. She, I think, was abused in her childhood, and so with that, she was abused as a child by her uncle, and that part was pretty weird and disturbing. So she's kind of taking it out on men who just want sex, and I think there was a huge misunderstanding with the main character and Asami that he really didn't want her just for sex. He really wanted to like marry her. He really liked her, but then they slept together, and then she started going crazy. She's like, you have to love only me, and he's like, okay. But then she ends up torturing him anyway. So that part was kind of confusing, why that all happened, even though he did nothing to like lead her on to the point where she would like feel betrayed. I'm not sure why she felt the urge to torture him. Maybe that's just what she does. She tortures men. She does have this like bag with a person in it, and that was really creepy. That's the thing that happened like midway through, is that it like moved and it made me jump so bad. So there are some jump scares, but I thought they were really good. Like, they really got me, so that was cool. It basically focuses more on her enjoyment of the torture versus the actual torture, although some of the torture is pretty rough. Like, she chops off his foot. That's another thing. This movie's also been compared to that of Misery, which I could definitely see the relation. Like, the crazy girl who's obsessed with this guy and then tortures him. It is really similar, and instead of like cobbling him, she like takes this wire, wraps it around his leg, and just kind of like does this with it and like slices it off basically, and that's pretty disturbing. I felt like that part could have been better acted with him, like he's more in pain because he just kind of lay there after. And I'm just like, wouldn't you be like dying, like literally dying, you're bleeding to death? Like, shouldn't you have a little bit more reaction than what's going on right now? Overall, I'd say I really, really like this movie. Just know if you're gonna watch it that it does have a slow beginning and to not give up on it because the whole plot is really cool. I do really like it. The ending was okay. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. I do really want to watch the American one now because I do like the plot so much. And I would recommend this movie. So I'll have the trailer listed down below to check that out. So that was a really short review. I'm sorry, but I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't do ratings or anything like that. I hope you don't mind. But I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.